you face the other direction? She's like, I face the wall? I was like, well, or the camera. I guess that is, they face the camera at that point. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. I've never done this, okay? She don't tell me what to do. I'll do it. I go, well, you turn around. She's like, just look at the wall. I go, yeah, look at the fucking, they're your eyes. Look whatever you want to fucking look at. Fine, if this is what you're into. Like, that's how you want to start a brand new sex move. If this is what you're into. Is this right? Like we're on a motorcycle. Is this right? Yeah, I think, no, I mean, right, hold on to your feet. That's not sexy. Just looking at your feet. I'm just looking at your feet right now. Like, you can look at whatever you want to. Are you looking at my butthole? Is that what you're looking at? Is this turning you on to look at my butthole? Okay, I'm starting to feel disconnected. I'm feeling very disconnected. I'm feeling very disconnected. I'm like, can you just not be the person I own a home with and be a whore for 5 minutes? I mean, I make that sound bad, but I mean, the alternative is what? I get like a young girlfriend? Fuck that. I can't, I'm not shitting on young people. You guys look very young. I'm sure it's very fun to get naked with you and touch you. That part is not bad. It's the talking to you afterwards that would be somewhat problematic. Like, I don't know, what would I say to like a 22-year-old girl after sex? Like, hey, do you want to play on your iPad? Oh, Snapchat's got some new apps, cool. I need a ride or die bitch. I need a woman with some flaws. A woman with literally a kind of girl that'll blow you and book you a cardiologist appointment. Kind of woman that'll blow you despite a runny nose. Just that's a woman for you right there. Just taking one for the team. Yeah. Kind of woman that'll fart during sex. Yeah, my wife will fart during sex. She's had 2 kids. She's not rocking the original rims and tires, okay? 2 kids, she's riding dirty on 22s. Just boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Nip it in action, sip it in the bud, everlasting, outlast everlasting. There goes an eargasm. It's true. Ladies, I hate to say this, but after 40, vaginas start aging exponentially. Like dog years, just... Listen, it's not just you. It's all of us. I mean, men, once we get 40, our dick starts doing this Benjamin Buttons thing, where it looks younger and younger. Like, I think our bodies get bigger and our dick stays the same size. Looks like a squatter in the middle of a bustling city, like, hell no, we won't go. I get naked now, and that's love. When your wife sees you naked, when your dick's the smallest it's ever been, like right after you get out of the gym and she just sees it and goes, oh, little guy. Look at that little guy, flick him. Just changes. I'm cool with it changing. I'm just saying, like, I mean, a little bit of upkeep, ladies. Like, it's like, I mean, I remember when I met my wife's vagina. I remember it it was beautiful. It was like, there was curb appeal. You know, like it was waxed and shined and buffed and fluffed with those lace thong panties that you could take off with a pinky, just. And when you did, it was like you unleashed a princess, just. I saw it the other day. Ooh. It was after drop-off. I had to pull off those big comfort cotton panties. The ones that don't give you a yeast infection, you know, those ones just... all the hair's matted down. Looks like the crazy cat lady's house. And it's just staring at you like... Hey, my man. Young blood. Young blood, can I get a cigarette? She farts. Not like for money, but just it happens. Not all the time. I mean, not all the time, but I wouldn't bet against it. I take the over. But that's part of marriage. That's part of marriage. Is that is part of love. Is when you accept a person for their flaws, and that's when you know you're a man. When your woman farts during sex because you move her over too quickly, and she just farts, and you don't say a fucking word. And you go, I didn't hear it, I love you. She's like, I didn't hear it either, I love you. The dog's up on the bed. Are we farting? I'll take it this far. My wife's farted during oral sex. You know what they call that? Commitment. When you take one on the chin for the team, just, you're like, what the fuck? You didn't know you had one in the chamber? No, you gotta warn me. I'm still down here. No, you could have shit in my mouth. No, I have a beard. It's still in here. And then she starts crying. I go, what the fuck are you crying about? I'm the one in the hurt locker. She's like, you're gonna talk about this on stage. You're fucking right, I am. In all fairness, I didn't bring it up until the second time it happened. I was like, fuck it, if it happened to me twice, it's had to have happened to somebody else. I can't be the only one out here going, really? No one else has catches one on the button? That's marriage. My wife's a fantastic woman. She really is. She's the kind of person like I couldn't raise these kids. She researches good schools. She researched a school one time. She goes, it's a great school. There are a lot of Koreans. I went, okay. We show up is 98% Korean. No, listen, I'm just a regular person. I have no hate in my heart for anyone whatsoever. I'm a real motherfucker. I walk in a room with 400 Korean families and 5 white families and a black family hiding in the corner. I just walked in and I was like, what the fuck is this? And my wife's like, what? I go, what do you mean, what? She goes, what? I go, the fucking Taekwondo tournament going on in here. You don't see this? Am I the only one that sees this? She's like, babe, I said there was going to be a lot of Koreans. I'm like, bitch, a lot of Koreans is 7. This is a dickload. This is a boatload. You should have said, you want to go to North Korea? Because that's where we are right now. She goes, maybe if you get to know some of the parents, you won't have a problem with it. So I go over to the white and black people hiding in the corner like, I'm here, what are we going to do? Thank God there was a black woman there to keep shit real. First words out of her mouth, you see all these motherfucking Koreans? I just met my best friend. It is a beautiful moment when a black woman and a white man can commit a hate crime together. Sandy is her name, and we start talking. Then a white woman comes over and screws it up. Just comes over and goes, what do you guys have? Sandy leans into me and she goes, we're about to have the bird flu if we don't leave this bitch. The lady goes, what? And Sandy just looks at me and goes, they're your people, you handle this. I go, I have girls. She goes, oh, that's so great. What are their names? I said, Georgia and Isla. She goes, oh, I have a boy. I was like, cool. She's like, don't you want to know his name? I'm like, not at all. She goes, his name's John Henry. And I start laughing hysterically because that's what I call my dick. I've just never met a John Henry before. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, do you know a John Henry? I'm like, hell yeah! Really good. He's like my best friend. And I start talking to these women for the whole orientation surreptitiously about my junk. About my buddy, John Henry, who lives down south and is bald. until my wife gets done her Pai Gow tournament and comes over to us. It's like, what are you guys laughing about? This woman's like, you're never gonna believe this. My son's name is John Henry. My wife's like, oh, that's what he calls his dick. Sandy falls out laughing. And I watch this woman realize all the stories I've been telling her about how John Henry has 2 roommates, how their next door neighbor's an asshole, how he tells everyone he's 6 foot, but he's really 5'7". I thought it was funny. I think what I find funny, I don't think other people find funny. I have like a disturbed sense of humor sometimes. Like I checked into this hotel room one time in Cincinnati, and I had like 5 bags with me, so I was on the road doing Travel Channel stuff and doing stand-up. So I had 5 bags with me. This bellman, tall, young, skinny, black kid. Oh, why's he gonna be black, Bert? Because he fucking was. He comes over, he grabs all my bags, puts them on a cart, checks me in, takes me into the elevator, and in the elevator he goes, man, you got a lot of bags. What do you do for a living? I go, I'm a comedian. He goes, you put all your gags in these bags? Immediately I'm horrified because I think he thinks I'm a prop comic. And so I'm trying to think of a joke. The whole ride in the elevator, I'm trying to think of a joke to make this kid laugh, but I can't think of anything. We get up to our floor, door opens, and as soon as it opens, the door next to us opens, and an older white guy walks out, like maybe 67 years old. Bam, and he walks out just behind us, and as we walk down the hallway, he walks right behind us. Kids pushing, I'm walking, this guy's right here, 5 feet behind us. As we walk, bam, we take a left, he takes a left. We take a right, he takes a right. He's keeping pace with us. You want to be like, hey, asshole, you just fake tie your shoe for a little bit, or jog past us, but you're creeping us out, George Zimmerman. So finally, we get to the very end of the hall. My door is the last door on the left. And it turns out the old man's room is right next to mine. Now, it's been uncomfortable. I haven't made this kid laugh yet. So as a joke, as the guy goes to open his door, I lean over and I go, hey man, if you want, we can open up the connecting door and we can hang out this weekend. He was not ready for that. And now he can't get his key to work. He's like, no thank you. No, I'm good. And I said, no, think about it. When was the last time you made a new friend? We'll talk each other to sleep at night, wake each other up in the morning. I got towels, you got towels, you know? He gets his door open, and he goes, I don't think I want that to happen. But before he can close it, I stop and I go, listen, if you change your mind, just knock and scratch. He looks at me dead serious, he goes, I probably won't be doing that. I look over to the kid to see if I made the kid laugh. He's already in the room. I did the joke for nobody. I literally walk in the room, and he's not even like putting the bags up. I'm not being, but like he's just dumping them on the floor, like flipping them onto the floor. And now I'm like, I gotta tip him, but I don't know how much to tip him. I normally tip $5 for a bag, but it's 5 bags, it's $25. He just put them on a cart. But here's the problem: I'm doing the math in my head. In front of him, I'm going, oh, it's $25. A lot of money for just flipping them on the thing. The kid sees me doing this and he goes, sir, you don't have to give me anything. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I gotta give you something. You brought them all the way up. He goes, no, that's what I got hired to do, was to take your bags from your car to your room. That's what I get paid for. You don't have to give me anything. I go, no, but you brought them all the way up. I gotta give you something. And he goes, no, you don't. Just knock and scratch. I'm like, seriously? He's like, dead serious. So me and this kid go up to the door, and I knock and I scratch, and you hear the old man go, I don't want to fucking hang out! Oh my God. I thought this kid was gonna laugh himself to death. He literally was doubled over like, do it again, do it again! Best part of the story is, he goes down and Googles me and shows me to every black dude who works in the hotel. So for the whole weekend, anytime I walked in, and they're like, "Oh, knock scratch, motherfucker." Knock scratch, man. I'll answer the no. I fought a bear one time. Yeah. I used to have a show on FX called Hurt Bert where I took dangerous men's jobs. It was a TV show. It was back in 2002, I think. I was a dominatrix gimp. I was an MMA fighter. I was a rodeo clown. I was a football player. I was a stunt pilot. I swam with great white sharks out of the cage. And one day they called me up and they're like, "Hey, do you want to fight a bear?" I was like, "Who does that for a living?" And they're like, "You do on Thursday." I show up. It is a 9-foot grizzly bear just sitting on a park bench, as dumb as you think a bear would look. Just. So I go up to the bear. I'm like 28 years old, probably. I go up to the bear and I stick my hand out in front of his snout so he can get my scent. The trainer sees this and he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm letting him get my scent." And he goes, "Hey, buddy, this is a grizzly bear, not a labradoodle, okay?" He goes, "We have protocol." I go, "What's that?" And he pulls me over the side and he hands me 5 marshmallows. He goes, "When the bear's not looking, take a marshmallow, put it in your mouth. Then, nonchalantly, walk in front of the bear like, huh. Show him the marshmallow like, huh. And allow him the opportunity to engage you and take the marshmallow out of your mouth with his mouth. This way he'll learn to trust you." And I was like, fuck that. Who thought of this, the bear? Is this the bear's idea? And the guy just looks me down and he goes, "Hey, this is how we do it." My whole crew's behind him like, "This is how we do it. This is how we do it." So I don't know any better. I'm 28 years old. I go behind the bear, I take a marshmallow, I put it in my mouth, I walk in front of him like a street hooker, like, "Huh? Huh? 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 Huh?" The bear sees the marshmallow and lights up just like, he rushes me with the grace of a frat boy at 5 a.m. and tongues it out of my mouth. Bears never brush their teeth. I'm making out with a homeless person 5 times in a row. Just. I get done, the trainer goes, "Fantastic, we're ready." I go, "Hold on, I haven't learned anything." He goes, "What, are you kidding me? You learned the most important lesson." I go, "What's that?" He goes, "The bear likes marshmallows." I go, "What does that do me?" And he goes, "Listen, if you get in trouble, just stand your ground, look the bear in the face, and just go, 'Marshmallow.' And he'll know you're going to do your marshmallow trick, so he'll give you some space. But more importantly, we'll hear you say that, and we'll know you're in trouble, so we'll get you out of there. We'll take the bear, we'll split it up." I go, "Yeah, but he thinks they're inside me." What if he's like, "Don't worry, I'll get him," and just rips me open? He goes, "You'll be fine. Let's go!" And I swear to God, the bear is smiling. Just, "Oh, I know how to get marshmallows around here, bitch. I gotta tap you out." Rushes me, grabs me by both ears, lifts me off the ground, and starts ragdolling me and growling. I'm going, "Marshmallow, marshmallow!" But no one can hear me because there's a 9-foot grizzly bear going. All of a sudden, he drops me, grabs me by the hip, spins me doggy style, locks in a bear hug, and starts grinding on my ass. Now we're both facing the crew and the trainer. I'm going, "Fucking marshmallow! Marshmallow, get me the fuck out of here, marshmallow!" Everyone's laughing except for the trainer, who has a look of panic. He jumps in our eye line and goes, "Go limp!" I'm like, please be talking to me right now. And not is there a bear cock climbing up my jeans? About the split center seam, just marshmallow. So I go limp. Now it looks like I'm getting date raped by a bear. Just. I slide out of his grip, and that's the last thing I remember, because apparently his instincts took over and he sat on my face. And the best way to get bear balls out of your mouth isn't by saying marshmallow. My wife, who I had known maybe 3 months, I invited her to the set to impress her. My wife's a redneck, like a legit redneck, like hardcore, like her parents met on AncestryMingle.com. Like, when she talks, you smell biscuits. Like, my point is she's not afraid of big animals. She just goes over, grabs a marshmallow out of the bag, puts it in her mouth, stands by my feet and goes, "Huh." The bear then takes his balls out of my mouth, goes over to her, he takes the marshmallow out of her mouth, they take my wife one way, the bear the other way, they drag me under a tree, and that's where I wake up. Under a tree in the lap of my producer, Tim Scott, who's from like the upper top of Minnesota. Real dry, still had a flat top, cherubic face. I open my eyes, I see him, and I go, "What happened?" He's like, well, you got raped and teabagged by a bear. You might want to get tested. He's like, but that girl, that Leanne girl, I think she saved your life. And my wife comes over at that moment, like it's in a movie. Like my wife just comes walking over. Her body's blocking the sun. All I see is like an orb around her. And she leans in, and as she does, you can see that sun running through her hair light. She just looks me in the eyes. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I looked up at her at that moment, and we all know that moment when you know without a doubt that's the moment. And I know you're like, "Really? That's when you knew?" Oh, fuck it, this is my narrative, okay? I looked up at her from the ground and saw her with a halo from the Lord himself and knew without a doubt I would never do that for her. Still wouldn't. When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia. Here's how it happened. I went to school at Florida State. I was not a very good student. I was there like 7 years. I was there in most of the 90s. I was in college longer than grunge music was around. So, this is how bad of a student I was. One time, I signed up for a Russian class thinking it was Spanish, and it took 3 classes before I realized, I don't think this is Spanish. So I got to leave the teacher, who was hot. He definitely worked out. I'm kidding. It was a girl. It was a girl. And she was hot. She still is hot. She stopped me. She goes, "Don't go anywhere. I need 14 kids to teach this class. You're the 14th. I need to teach this class in order to get my master's. So, if you sit back down, you don't have to do anything all semester, and I'll just give you a C." I was like, Strasvutia, bitches, I'm back. So I took Russian 1, 2, 3, and 4, never learned a word. Think about what I'm saying. I took 2 years of a language, took 4 semesters of my college career, four semesters. Russian 4 was taught in Russian. Do you have any idea what it's like to go to a class and sit there like an immigrant at the DMV all day? Like, the end of Russian 4, same teacher pulls me aside. She's like, "We're taking a trip to Russia. If you go, you'll get a minor." I was like, "Okay, hold on. You know, I can't really speak, read, write, or understand the language, right?" She's like, "I'm fucking well aware of that." You gotta remember, I was taking tests in a language with which I was unfamiliar with their alphabet. Do you have any idea what it's like to take a test and make up hieroglyphics? And the answer is star, circle, hashtag shoe. She goes, "It doesn't matter. We need kids to make this trip happen. And if you go with all the classes you've taken and the ones you will take, dude, you will get a minor." And I was like, "Oh, that's all you had to say. Let's go to Russia and fuck some minors." It was different minor, obviously. Learned that the hard way. So we went to Russia in 1995. This is when the mob ran everything, and they told us that our very first night. They sat the whole class down. They're like, "Listen, we have paid off the mafia to keep you safe. In exchange for our money, they give us 2 young gangsters. I'm in the room like, this trip just got fucking awesome. The word for gangster in Russian is banditi. They go, these banditi are going to live with us. They're going to walk you to class. They're going to walk you back from class. They're going to take you on field trips, walk you back from field trips. Do not speak to them. They're in the mafia. Do not look at them. Do not engage them. Do not interact with them. I was like, well, they're going to be my best fucking friends. So the first night, I grab a bottle of vodka and a 6-pack of Baltica, which is our local beer, and I planned a sentence. I was going to say, Strasvutia, меня зовут Bert, очень приятно. Я работаю кошка. Does anyone speak Russian in here? I love that someone says no. No. I did a head count earlier. It doesn't look like it. I'll tell you what the sentence says. It's a badass sentence. I worked all day on it. Hello, my name's Bert. It's very nice to meet you. I work pussy. Kind of. It really means I work with cats. I didn't know the fucking language. What do you expect? It doesn't matter, because the second the door opens and I'm face to face with a real Russian gangster with the wife beater and the tattoos with the track pants and the cigarette, and he just stares me up and down. A frat boy from Florida State. I was wearing a fanny pack. He just looks at me and goes, "Stole." I fucking panicked. And everything I had planned on saying flooded out of my head. And all I said to him in Russian in his doorway was, "I am the machine." And he started laughing. He goes, "What did you say?" I was like, "I'm the machine." He grabs me and he goes, "Come in and tell my friends." Brings me in a room full of 9 Russian gangsters drinking and smoking and just goes, "Stop! Tell them what you said." Now I'm like, fuck it. I'm the machine! They looked at each other, looked at me, and they're like, fuck it! He's the machine! And I became the machine, and these guys loved me. Yes. You gotta realize, though, the reason they loved me is I went shot for shot with them that night, all night long, until like 4 in the morning. But all I knew how to say in their language was, "I'm the machine!" And I fuck cats. So, we did everything together. We, like the guy that answered the door, his name was Igor. He was like my best friend. We did everything together. We ran a pool hall scam. We stole a boat. It was literally the best summer of my life. And then one day, the whole class is taking a trip to Moscow. It's an overnight train trip. And I say to Igor, I go, "This is going to be a blast. We got to be in the same cabin." And he goes, "I can't go." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Different mafia runs train, different mafia runs Moscow." I said, "Well, hold on. What's that mean for me?" And he goes, "Don't worry. I set up banditi. I tell them about you. They'll take care of you." Sure enough, we get to the train station, and he introduces me to my 2 new gangsters, Igor and Igor. And he says to me, he goes, "Guys, this is the machine. If you give the machine vodka, you'll have a great time." The big ear of the 2 Igors looks like a kid on Christmas. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to play with a machine." He grabs me and he goes, "The machine doesn't sit in coach. The machine sits in first class with us." I'm like, "That's what I'm fucking talking about." We go to first class and it is pimped out with booze, food, and here's the real gangster part. Second the train takes off out of the station, everyone that works on the train comes in to pay their respects. The conductor walked in, rips off the stars and stripes to his shirt, places them on my lap, and goes, "This is a present for the machine. It would be an honor to do a shot of vodka with the machine." I'm 22 years old thinking, these machine stories might have gotten out of control. We drink all the booze in an hour, and Big Igor stands up and he goes, "Machine, we go to the bar cart to get more vodka." I'm like, fuck it, I'm in the mob, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. We roll into the bar cart like a big dick in a locker room, just, not that I've ever been that guy, but I've seen it. Just smack. You know the look where everyone looks like, "Oh shit, okay. Whoa, someone's here, okay, all right." Igor looks at me, and in Russian he says, "Machine, go behind the bar and grab bread." In Russian. And I understood him. For a second, I'm like, I'm fucking learning. I'm learning the language my way, not through flashcards and textbooks, but by joining the mafia. I get behind the bar, I'm like, "Igor, I know what you said." He's like, "Go for your machine." can the machine find cheese? And I was like, Steve, cheese, I got it. Give me another one. And he's like, grab vodka. I was like, I already know that one. Give me another one. He's like, grab the money. I'm like, huh? He goes, grab the fucking money. And I realized at that instant, we're robbing the bar cart. And I'm the one doing it, hooked on phonics style. I grab the money, walk out. Two of my classmates see me and they're like, you're in so much trouble. Go back to our first class cabin, and within 5 minutes, the head chaperone of this train trip, not the whole trip, just this train trip. She was an English teacher who did not speak Russian, who hated me before I robbed the train. She comes over to our first class cabin and swings the door open with that like liberal arts confidence, just... This shit is over. You're done. You're done. Stand up right now. You stand up. You're done. Stand up. And Big Igor looks at me confused, then smiles, takes a big sip of vodka, spits it in her eyes, and goes, no one talks to the machine like that. Shuts the door in her face and goes, fuck that bitch, this is Russia. Don't worry, machine, when it gets dark, we have good time. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing when it gets dark? Reaches in his pocket, pulls out a ring of keys, and he goes, we're robbing the whole fucking train. I'm a good person. I don't cheat, this is why, let me tell you, I don't cheat on my wife. I don't cheat on my wife because one morning, our whole family was in bed, the dogs, the cats, the girls, my wife, and we were just giggling, and it was pure, it was perfect. And I thought to myself, I don't ever want to screw this up. This is the most important thing. This is what life's about. And they got up to make chocolate chip pancakes, and I laid in bed and I said, I will never cheat on my wife. I had a conversation with myself. I said, if I ever get into a situation where a hot girl's flirting with me, or I think she's flirting with me, and it seems like it could go further, I'm just gonna cock block myself. I'm just gonna look her in the face in front of everyone and go, I don't cheat on my wife! Now, I may be wrong. She may not be hitting on me. She may throw a drink in my face, slap me, or I may be right. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is that I don't cheat on my wife because I've already had that conversation. Here's the problem. I never had that conversation about robbing trains. So when presented the opportunity, I thought I'd be like, not me, I'm gonna go back and work on my verbs. But apparently, when presented the opportunity, I'm the guy that's like, fuck it, let's start with my class. So we robbed them first, while they slept, if that makes it better, and then we robbed the whole train. And if it's any consolation, we robbed me too, my bag was with them. And then we drank all night long, like literally until 6 in the morning. Top 5 drunkest I've ever been without throwing up in my entire life. We pulled into Moscow at 6 a.m. I'm pissed drunk. You ever been so drunk you're like, I know I gotta piss, but I can't find my dick? Train stops, sun's up, I'm hammered, door opens, same teacher, not mad. Curious, right? She looks me in the eyes, smiling, and goes, I want to be the one to tell you they've alerted the police. And I look out, and on the platform, my whole class is standing there with a cop, talking, they're upset, they've been robbed, I get it. Apparently they'd never heard snitches get stitches. Big Igor sees this and is completely unfazed. He's like, don't worry, I talked to police for both of us. I was like, oh, thank God. He cracks a bottle of vodka. I'm like, I wouldn't bring that out to an officer, maybe. Lights a cigarette, walks out to the cop, who's taking a statement. The cop is taking a statement. Igor walks up behind him, grabs him by the arm, spins him around, and goes, fuck you! We fuck you in the mouth! We fuck you in the ass! I'm like, stop with the fucking we shit! Now the cop is just staring at me and I hear him bark out, Pardon, skidye, which I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't sound like, you're okay, stay there. It is a come to Jesus moment where you know you fucked up. All I thought as I walked to the cop, who's standing in front of the class I just robbed. Next to the gangster I robbed them with, my only thought was, this isn't how I plan on spending my second junior year. In the gulag taking hot dicks to the throat. I get 5 steps from the cop, who looks impatient as shit. He takes 2 big-ass steps, grabs me by the arm, spins me away from my class, away from Igor, pulls me right into his face, and he goes, "So, I understand you're the machine." Nice. Tonight, you party with us. I was like, what? He was like, tonight you party with us, yes? And I looked at him and I was like, wait, I'm not in trouble? And he gets so close to me, I can smell his morning cigarette, and he goes, no. Fuck that bitch, this is Russia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you.